Hello and welcome to RacinGameShow. My name is Wojtek and you don't hear my voice too often, but I decided to give it a try. This time I decided to prepare Bounty Hunter tutorial. This is second edition of this challenge in Forza Motorsport 5, and this is the community challenge where you have to beat one of the Turn 10 members. This time is the community manager by the nickname Mechberg. So this is the guy you're gonna be looking at this rival leaderboards, and you're gonna have to beat him to be eligible for the prize. Now, so let's get down to it. I'm gonna give you a tutorial turn by turn, and maybe before we start I just want to give you a few general tips about the car. Keep in mind this car is a road car. I know it's a supercar and you might think it's supposed to handle very well, but it's not the case in this game, unfortunately. This car is kind of heavy, it's very easy to slide, so the slow is fast, I suppose. You could say it. The key to this car is to be very gentle, very patient with the throttle, and most of the time be very delicate with the inputs. Also, the Kirkwood Spa-Francorchamps is quite of a challenge. And it's quite a long Kirkwood that's very easy to get enough track and to adhere to your lap. So keep that in mind. There's one more thing. When you approach Eau Rouge, there's quite a bit cut in the lap I'm showing you. Now, I know many people wouldn't like that, and even on the forums there was quite a big discussion if drivers supposed to do this or not. In my opinion, if game allows it, it's okay to do it, especially if you want to be a bit higher at the leaderboards, so you kind of your hand is forced to do it. Now, the lap you're gonna watch is a lap time of 2 minutes and 29 seconds and 1/10. At the moment it puts me in top 100, and most likely it will be enough to beat this challenge, but you never know, because Mechberg can go on track anytime and improve his time, so you have to keep an eye on that. Now, okay, so let's get down to the lap. Now, so we are approaching La Source, turn number 1, which is 180 degrees hairpin. We will be braking in about 130-120 meters before it. On the left hand side you can see a red sign, that's our braking marker. Once you pass it, once it disappears in your peripheral visions, that's the best time to start your braking. We drop into the second gear, and you will be aiming for the late apex. I would brake a tiny bit myself in this turn, so ideally you would be taking a bit tighter line and go back on the throttle as soon as possible, because it's quite a big straight in front of us. Okay, we are approaching the most important section of turns in this circuit. It's called Eau Rouge, and it's key here to don't lose your balance and don't allow the car to slide in any way. Minimal wheel input and very delicate throttle inputs are the key. You can use a tiny bit of throttle while braking to maintain balance. So we are approaching a section called Les Combes. which includes right-hand left chicane followed by right-hand turn. Stay on the third gear for the whole section and brake in about 150 meters brake marker. Again, be very patient on throttle, be delicate with your inputs, and do not track out from second turn too wide, as you need to set yourself up for the right-hand turn that follows the chicane. Right-hand turn, which is last section of Les Combes, and approach it from the outside. Go on throttle as soon as possible, so you will have as much speed as possible for the following straight. Now, number 10, Brussels. It's quite tricky, leading downhill, 180 degrees, right-hander. Either second or third gear would work well. It all depends. With second gear you would have a little bit more rotation, but a bit less stability, so the choice is yours, and aim for the late apex. I would brake a tiny bit myself in here, so ideally you would take a bit tighter line at the entry. Turn number 11, make sure you approach it from the outside. That's why you were taking the late apex in the previous turn, and use as much curb as possible at the exit. Stay in third gear. Turn number 12, Pohon. It's double apex left-hander. Very high speed, leading downhill, and very tricky to maintain stability. So I choose to take the first part of it in third gear. And remember, while braking, you can hold a tiny bit of throttle just to maintain stability. Start braking right after getting onto rumble strip. Shift into fourth and stay patient with the throttle. Make sure you use the all width of track at the exit. Approaching campus section, which includes two turns, right-hander followed by the left-hander. Drop into third, use the red sign on the left-hand side as a brake marker. Take the wide entry into right-hand turn, aim for the late apex, and keep hugging the rumble strip so you can get yourself set up for the following left-hander. Now stay in third gear. Remember to be patient with the throttle. Try to use as much rumble strip at the exit as you can. Turn number 15, stay in the third gear, start braking one car length before the rumble strip on the left hand side. There's a very wide rumble strip at the exit, so make sure you use it. Turn number 16, it's quite important as is followed by the very long straight. You don't need to use brakes here, throttle lift is sufficient. Also remember to be very gentle with your inputs, as you don't want to have any slides in this turn. We are approaching Blanchy mode section, which includes very fast left-handers. For the first part, just maintain the racing line and make sure you track out to the outside for the second part of the section. Now this one is a very tricky corner. You want to maintain as much speed as possible, so make sure you take the very wide entrance. I choose to drop into fourth gear just to maintain more stability. You could also maintain a bit of a throttle while braking. Now, if you go wide in this corner, your next lap will be invalidated. To prevent this situation, you could just simply rewind and repeat this part of Gearkart. Now, so this is the last two corners in this track. This is very tight chicane. I'm using 150 meters brake marker on the left hand side. Brake hard, drop into second gear, and as every other chicanes, you sacrifice the exit from first part, so you have a better entries for the second part of this chicane. Again, be patient with the throttle, make sure you don't slip. Okay, so that's it in this tutorial. Please let me know, guys, if it was of any help to you. Any comments are very welcome. And just remember, it's not enough to beat the lap of Mechberg just once, or it could be enough just once, but you make sure you check up again just at 25th of March. If you're still ahead of Mechberg, because this is crucial, you have to be in front of him at the end of this challenge to be eligible for the prize. Okay, take care, thank you very much, and see you again.